So today I'm doing a work day from home. I just finished my meditation. I also did I think it's called NLP, where you do it's where you go into your subconscious and you kind of reprogram yourself in this meditative state. And so it was really good because it came on. It's my twin has guided meditation and guided NLP online that I do. Sometimes that was really good because the guided subconscious guiding came on straight after the guided meditation, so I was kind of already in that state. I'm making myself coffee now. Coffee and a peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter and honey sandwich. So let me see, you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if you can really see what I'm doing. Just put it back. And I have all of these signs this week. First of all, a big one is just move. That I need to just get moving on something. I need to get something started, and I want to kind of ease into it. Because what I feel like is that for some reason, I have something that is stopping me from understanding exactly what it is. I feel like everything is ready. Everything is ready for me to just start. But I need to know what. There's so many different directions that I could go in, but it's... And then another so I have all these signs to start in all of these different directions, and I know that everything is all at once. It's happening all at once. It's all coming to a head all at once, but you have to start somewhere in the physical world, right? Because I feel like in the higher realms, it's all ready. And I feel like in the 3D world, it also is all coming together for me. It's like building I feel like there's a big base being built that's already holding me up, and that all my part in it is to, it looks like it's ant season. Ants are starting to come. I have this honey sitting here. And I see little ants. I'll have it sitting in a little bit. I put some water because I have it sitting in this little dish. Actually, I think I'll find a different dish for it that holds more water. See, this is the old dish. Water, and then the ants can't get by. So that means I'm gonna have to start keeping house cleaner, keeping stuff off of the counters. I'm making coffee still. And so I feel like everything is holding up around me, and that I need to just figure out what it is that I put in. You know, it's like everything is ready for me for a beginning, but I need to just figure out what it is that is beginning. And I'm feeling more and more like, I know that it's something spiritual and some kind of guidance. I feel like it's more and more that I want to do the, that my gift is um, channeling messages for people. I understand that messages for people come through me, and that me not being out and allowing that is stopping the world from getting the gift that I need to give and that I have to give, I should say, that comes through me. You know, it's not like I have it and possess it. It comes through me. I can always trust that it's there. And it's somehow rising up into it and saying and allowing myself to say, okay, this is who I am and this is what I do. And that is maybe where my holdup is. I'm trying to figure out where my holdup is while I'm talking about it. And a lot of the signs that I'm getting from the universe is just to start somewhere. It doesn't matter where I start. It'll all lead to the same place and lead to where I need to be, but I need to start. And starting can be even in just doing anything that is working with people. Because the minute that I allow myself to open up in that direction and I begin to start working with people in different atmospheres, then that will, once I overcome the first camel hump, it was like I was saying, and then yesterday I went to the supermarket and I saw somebody wearing a shirt that said something about everything's always looking possible until you do them. And so it's just a matter of doing it. Just a matter of beginning it, because I know how things go. Once you start doing something, then it becomes easy for you. Once you know how to do it and once you start doing it, it becomes easy for you. It becomes simple. I remember when we opened a moving company, it looked like it was something that was way far beyond my reach, but I knew that we were doing it. And I think that a lot of the courage that I had to do it was because, see, this is my balcony. A lot of the courage that I found to do it is because I was doing it along with my, who was then my husband, and we were doing it together, and it was not only for me. And now this feels like this is my work. I'm in the middle of this. It's my gift, and in order to be in that place, I have to stand completely up in my, figure out what it is exactly and stand up into it. And that's kind of where I'm still feeling that there is a hump for me to get over. And it's just something that I need to just push through and start somewhere and open the door and get excited about it and understand that this is something that I really do want to do, and that this is being a savior of yourself. And you know what? I could also look on it in the twin flame journey and apply that here too, because I feel like I'm being guided, and that his journey and my journey are connected. And in me realizing myself, I am also realizing him. It's the same thing. Because in me realizing myself, it is realizing his guidance. You know, as a mentor, you are as good of a mentor as your best student. And I'm thinking back, the thought that is crossing my mind is Yeshua and Maria. and Mary, um, his student, and that she was his first and best student. And really improving myself, I'm improving his guidance. So it's kind of like goes hand in hand. And that also gives me like another added, okay, in bringing myself, I'm also bringing him. It also feels like I was just saying about the moving company, in when we were doing it, and I was doing it for a higher cause also. And that also feels like it could be part of our mission. Um, this whole thing with Yeshua keeps on coming up because it feels this twin flame journey and the coming into enlightenment and our full selves and the spiritual awakening. It feels like being saved. It feels like waking up into reality and living in this different phase or a different reality, which is heaven on earth. And a lot of the spiritual awakening, or the things that come with the spiritual awakening, when I read um, or hear of the teachings of Yeshua, Jesus, or it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all coming from the same place, and it's all speaking the same language, and it's all speaking of the same essence. And so it's funny that it's not even funny. It feels like um not coincidence, but it's not really even a coincidence, because when you see the way that things work, you see that that's the way that they are. Like in this bringing myself, I'm also. So if a student goes into a classroom, let's say he's learning math, and he goes to the tests, or the whole class goes and does, there's these tests that they do once a year, and everybody in the class gets 90 plus. That is also showing how well the teacher teaches. And so I feel the same. So I'm being guided on this journey. I'm being divinely guided, but I'm also being guided by my twin. My twin, I mean, that's what he does for a living. He guides, he's a guide for life. And I feel his guidance. I know that I'm being guided, and I know that I'm being strengthened through his guidance. It was so funny because my parents, uh, the whole thing with me saying about the cult thing, how they see it as a cult. And yesterday when we were at the hot springs, my cousin, my twin, I don't know, my I just call him like he's made for me. I don't know. I feel like uh, I feel like he is my husband. Um, but he said to me, he said something to somebody. You know what the difference between a cult and religion is? It says the amount of people that are in a cult, or the amount of people that are in a religion, and it's absolute. It's the same thing. So this is Sunday, and the beginning of the week, and I feel that this week is going skyrocketing. This is it. This is the week. all sorts of things. My son wants to go to the States for the summer, and he's powerful. Like, he has these powers to him, and he is full force, straightforward like a bulldozer. And when he gets his mind set on something, it gets locked. And so he is all set on going to the States. And I told him, you know, we're going to have to see how we're going to be able to manage to pay for that. And with him, it's like he doesn't even hear that. It's like there's no question in his mind. He's straight forth, one track mind. He is going to go, and it doesn't matter what, and he's got this already locked in his head. It's like nothing else can be but that. And he's pushing forward, and he's finding tickets, and he's finding pulling out his passports, and figuring out there's finding a toll, like making a time that we can go to the consulate in Tel Aviv to get his American passport renewed. And there's no turns. There's something came over their system and took for the next year, you can't get an appointment. Something went in, just like they go in and they buy all the tickets to a concert. So some kind of companies go in and got all of the appointments for the next year. And now if you want to buy an appointment, you have to buy an appointment to go and see the consulate. And it's like 700 shekels. It's like $200. You have to pay this company that bought all the appointments to the American embassy consulate to go and renew your passport. So everything is like, I told my son, I can't believe it. I can't believe that you have to go and pay like these ripoffs to get an appointment, and there are no appointments. I went into the site and I tried to get an appointment to the consulate. Nothing for the next 360 days. And from what I understood, these companies sit on this site, and anytime that somebody cancels an appointment, they go in and buy it. They go in and take it. And so you are forced to buy appointments to the American embassy. It's ridiculous. I was like, what are we, living in a third world country? What is that? No appointments for the next year to the consulate, and if you want to renew your passport, you have to go and pay like these bootleggers? I don't get it. Strange times. These are strange times. These are times I feel like the extreme times, and everything is collapsing and rising at the same time. This new world is rising, and we are part of it. We are part of it. If you're watching these videos, we're all part of it. So it's when the student rises that the teacher becomes. So it's time for rising. It's time to prove myself to myself first. Prove myself to worthy of everything that has gone into me up till now. All of the lessons that and I know that it's coming. It's not like I can sit on my hands, because I'm not satisfied sitting on my hands. So it's either being in this state of procrastination, I need to do something, or it's just freaking doing it. Because sitting on my hands, it's not my style. I've pulled things off before. I've done great things. I've started businesses. I've put myself out there. I've spoken in front of people. I have the experience, I have the knowledge, I have the want, I have the need. Yesterday, somebody at the hot springs when we were having a conversation said that fear is also a good push to get things done. So maybe instead of just closing off my fear and not looking at my fear and kind of being off in la la land and like, oh, I want to be inspired into moving myself along. Maybe I should take some of that fear and turn it into a fire under my butt, because fear can be a determining. You know, when you get your back up against the wall far enough, then it gives you a boost and it gives you a push. So I think that I'm going to start using fear also as a boost instead of as a deterrent, or as because up till now, in these later years, fear has just closed me off and turned me into like a little ball of fear. And then I'm always looking for inspiration, but it's all part of it. It's part of that collapsing, everything collapsing into one. It's all part. You have to be able to look at the full picture. And part of the picture in this 3D world is that, and rising above it, overcoming it. So it's just like the pain. So in order to overcome the pain, you have to go through the pain. So in order to overcome the fears, you have to go through the fears. So maybe it's time to pull the fears out and put them on the table and start using them as motivators as well. And so I am getting into this today. Okay, well, thank you for watching.